Hey everyone, welcome back to Celeb. Our latest episode is absolutely electrifying. We're embarking on a starry adventure today, exploring high-profile revelations. Trust me, you don't want to miss this episode. Tana Mongeau has revealed some fascinating details about Meghan Trainor in the most recent installment of her canceled podcast. Grab your favorite snack and get ready to dive into the juicy details. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button for more thrilling content just like this. First up, let's explore the incredible success of Tana Mongeau and Brooke's podcast Cancelled. This dynamic duo has been making waves this year, attracting an audience of up to 1 million per episode. Their open conversations and ensuing controversies are a massive hit. Unlike other podcasts relying on guests, Cancelled offers a unique taste that we'll discuss more in this segment. Here's the fascinating bit. Typically, guest appearances boost podcasts, but Cancelled is an exception. Tana and Brooke noticed their episodes without guests drew more attention. Despite this, they occasionally feature guests, like their buzzworthy episode with Meghan Trainor, which we'll analyze shortly. Before exploring the podcast content, it's crucial to address Meghan Trainor's recent contentious remarks. Her controversial statements concerning teachers, combined with her involvement with Lou Taylor during the Free Britney movement, have ignited vigorous debates across various platforms. While Meghan has issued apologies for her comments about teachers, reiterating her deep respect and admiration for the profession, these apologies have not fully quelled the controversy. Her connection to the Free Britney movement, a significant social cause, adds a layer of complexity and public scrutiny to her podcast appearance. Meghan Trainor finds herself at the epicenter of public criticism, primarily due to her polarizing remarks about teachers and her role in the Free Britney movement. Despite her attempts to clarify her stance and express her respect for educators, the controversy surrounding her comments persists. This ongoing intrigue, coupled with her public apologies, amplifies the complexity of her appearance on the Cancelled podcast. Her participation in this widely listened to podcast not only brings her controversial statements back into the limelight, but also adds nuanced layers to her public persona. The audience and her fans are keenly observing how she navigates these controversies, making her presence on the podcast a subject of intense scrutiny and interest. Her appearance in the podcast is a pivotal moment, offering a platform for her to address these issues directly with the public and potentially reshape her narrative in the media. In the podcast, Meghan encountered backlash for seemingly overlooking and speaking over Brooke. There were noticeable instances where Meghan interrupted Brooke, fostering a disrespectful and tense environment on the show. These interactions have been critiqued for reflecting poor communication skills and a lack of respect for co-speakers. Further complicating Meghan's public image, the dynamics between Meghan and Brooke during the podcast have drawn attention to issues of professionalism and courtesy in public discourse. This aspect of their interaction has become a focal point for discussions about how celebrities engage with each other in shared platforms, especially in the context of potentially conflicting viewpoints or personalities. The way Meghan handled the conversation with Brooke has been dissected by fans and critics alike, adding another dimension to the public perception of her character and her ability to navigate complex social interactions, particularly in high-pressure public settings like a widely listened to podcast. In a cringeworthy segment, Tana introduced her new Hawaiian boyfriend who shies away from the spotlight. On the podcast, Meghan Trainor tried to draw him into the conversation, leading to an awkward situation. Tana seemed uncomfortable, but Meghan appeared unaware of the tension. In an awkward exchange, Meghan Trainor appeared critical of Tana's lifestyle, advising her to get up and do something before having kids. This came despite Meghan admitting to having a nanny. Fans pointed out this contradiction, leading to an uncomfortable moment and raising questions about Meghan's perspective. The awkwardness peaked when Meghan Trainor asked Tana for a kiss during the podcast. Tana looked uncomfortable, and the situation felt forced, drawing audience criticism for Meghan's inappropriate behavior. In a recent episode, the host discussed the negative feedback from a guest episode, hinting at a possible change in their podcast approach. The Meghan Trainor episode has clearly impacted the audience and the hosts. They recognized the pattern of negative comments on guest episodes and shared their exhaustion over the issue. Tana and Brooke candidly spoke about the challenge of balancing exciting guests with backlash, sparking fan discussions about the podcast's future. And that's a wrap. The Meghan Trainor episode on Cancelled definitely stirred the pot. What's your take on the controversy? Was Meghan out of line, or is there another angle to consider? Join the discussion in the comments below. Remember to like this video, subscribe for more celebrity news, and turn on notifications to stay updated. Stay tuned for our next episode.